back in here. And Adam, what do we know about Trevon Diggs?
Laura, Trevon Diggs suffered a knee injury during the early portion of practice during a one-on-one drill, and the MRI has confirmed that he indeed has a torn ACL. It's a devastating blow to the Dallas defense, to Trevon Diggs, who this summer signed a 5-year, $97 million extension. He had been off to a strong start this season, knocking down passes to Jets receivers, the Giants offensive players, as well as stripping the ball loose. And Trevon Diggs was one of the primary playmakers on this team. Suffered the injury early in practice, was on crutches afterwards. They did the MRI, and it showed exactly what doctors thought: a torn ACL, a massive midweek blow to the Dallas Cowboys defense.
You guys just heard Adam. This is really, really bad news. Dallas Cowboys star cornerback Trevon Diggs suffered a season-ending torn ACL in his left knee during practice this Thursday afternoon. Diggs suffered the injury during a one-on-one period in practice and was briefly spotted inside the team facility on crutches before undergoing an MRI, which revealed the tear. In this video, we're going to talk about the devastating Trevon Diggs injury and how it will impact the Dallas Cowboys going forward. If you're new here and if you enjoy Dallas Cowboys content, be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out the best NFL content and Dallas Cowboys content that I can. This is a massive loss for a Cowboys defense that is ranked #1 in the NFL in yards allowed and points per game through 2 weeks. Since entering the NFL in 2020, Diggs has 18 interceptions, tied for the most in the NFL with J.C. Jackson of the Los Angeles Chargers. This isn't even the only injury that the Cowboys are dealing with at the moment. Tyler Biadasz, the center, injured his hamstring during Thursday's practice, and Zach Martin still remains out of practice. Biadasz is going under an MRI to see how bad the injury is, but the team has a lot of optimism, saying it'll be nothing down the road. This really sucks because we've already seen other star players sustain injuries that will result them missing the entire season. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, who tore his Achilles during the Jets' first drive of the game against the Buffalo Bills. Nick Chubb, who tore pretty much every ligament in his knee after a hit from Minkah Fitzpatrick against the Steelers on Monday Night Football. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson tore his pec and played through the rest of the game this past Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. Micah Parsons said this on X: "I am my brother's keeper. I got you, 7. No more needs to be said." According to NFL Gen Stats data, Diggs has allowed just 3 catches for 31 yards on 8 targets as the nearest defender in coverage this season. Outstanding numbers by the All-Pro corner. Quarterbacks have a 9.9 passer rating on throws, with Diggs as the nearest defender as well. Diggs has forced a fumble, intercepted a pass, and recorded 3 pass breakups while being credited with 6 tackles in 2 games. Diggs also just signed a 5-year, $97 million contract extension with the Cowboys right before the season started, a deal that included a $21.25 million signing bonus and a $42.3 million guaranteed. After missing 4 games with a foot injury in 2020, Diggs has missed just 1 game in each of the past 2 seasons. He's been very durable, but I will say this: I'm glad he was able to get his money right before the season, because even though I know Jerry Jones is the guy who usually pays his players, usually the contract extensions, they're not always as easy to get when you're coming off of a big injury. Good thing though, the Cowboys were able to go get All-Pro corner Stephon Gilmore for pretty much pennies on the dollar this offseason. With Diggs out, the Cowboys can move Duron Bland to the outside cornerback position opposite of Stephon Gilmore, who was acquired in an offseason trade with the Indianapolis Colts. Jordan Lewis can finally return to his role in the slot as well. Last week, Lewis played in his first game since suffering a serious foot injury in October, seeing 10 snaps of action. 10 snaps don't seem like much, but at least he was able to get some in-game experience, because now he's going to be thrown into the fire. Bland, who led led the Cowboys with 5 interceptions last season, returned an interception for a touchdown in the season opening win against the New York Giants. So I expect him to keep playing at a fairly good level. This is what he had to say about Diggs' injury. Cowboys cornerback Deron Bland said he was definitely devastated Thursday when Trevon Diggs tore his ACL. He also said, "I feel it's not too much of a transition for me," when referring to taking more reps on the outside during Thursday's practice. The Cowboys do have depth on defense, but you truly can't flat out replace Trevon Diggs. No one has the impact he has, owner Jerry Jones said. The facts are that we do have depth. We don't have depth with somebody with his unique abilities, but we've got depth relative to playing the position. The Cowboys also have Noah, a 2020 first-round pick of the Miami Dolphins they acquired at the start of the month in the trade, and rookie Eric Scott at cornerback. Nashawn Wright is on IR with an ankle injury and can return to game action in Week 5. Trevon Diggs also tweeted this on X. "Thank you for all the prayers, and I appreciate everyone for checking in on me. This is just God's plan. I will be back and better." I personally think the Dallas Cowboys defense will still be great. I just think they lose a leader on the field and the guy who could shut down one side of the field because of his big play abilities and his ball hawk abilities. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. How drastic is this injury for the Dallas Cowboys defense? And do you guys think this injury derails their Super Bowl hopes? Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Just when I thought it was safe to love this team's chances, this happened. In practice. It had to be in practice. We're talking about practice, not a game. Practice. Just when I boasted the Cowboys now have the best cornerback tandem in football, Diggs plus Stephon Gilmore, this happened. I've been saying for months that the Cowboys will have the NFL's best defense. Now this. Since entering the league, Trevon Diggs has 18 interceptions, tied for the NFL lead. He was off to a dominating start with an interception, a forced fumble, 3 pass breakups, and a mere 9.9 passer rating on throws with him as the nearest defender. Oh, well, the injury gods have spoken. Maybe this year isn't meant to be for a team that hasn't been to an NFC Championship game in 27 years. Congratulations, you billions of Cowboy haters out there. You win.
Let me tell you how this hurts me so much. There are 2 people I would have said we could not do without. The front end, Michael Parsons, the back end, Trevon Diggs. You talked about it, 9.9 passer rating over the last 3 years. That's insane.
It's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Led the league in interceptions, has more interceptions than anybody in the National Football League the last 3 years. That's a huge part of our defense.